Hello and welcome to the show. This week we have a couple of topics, including some of the cast of hit new online TV show, Turning Pages. But firstly, something that constantly is on the agenda, and rightly so, is cancer awareness. Some students from Exeter College produced a brilliant piece about cancer awareness, which has nearly clocked up 1,000 views within just a week. And now, we're going to see it.
I have cancer.
My nan has cancer.
I had cancer.
I've had cancer.
My dad had cancer.
I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I have breast cancer.
I had Hodgkin's lymphoma in my lymph nodes in my neck.
1 in 3 people in Britain will be affected by cancer in their lifetime. You could be diagnosed with the disease yourself, or somebody close to you could. There are many different types of cancer, and it can get to you at any age.
I was 66 years old.
I was 40 years old.
I was diagnosed about 11 or 12.
My husband took it very badly. He was very upset and he could not look at me without crying.
My family took the news very differently. A couple of the kids were distraught, a couple went into their shells a bit more.
Family took the news worse than I did, I'd say.
Cut out all the drink and fags and all the rest of it. Then when I'd finished treatment, my head was a bit messed, so I did start drinking more, but I've since stopped that completely.
I'm receiving a treatment called Herceptin, which is infused into me once every 3 weeks and has apparently arrested the cancer. 2 blocks of radiotherapy, chemotherapy, had 2 operations to remove lymph glands. I had bone marrow biopsy in my spine. I'm currently on a low dose chemotherapy, which is for life now. Obviously I suffer from the fact that I've had a mastectomy. I have to wear a prosthesis. The chop chemotherapy that I had was quite intense, led to all my hair falling out.
Because of the chemotherapy I felt really weak.
Neuropathy in my hands, nerve damage, memory loss, which they call chemo brain.
I felt sad when he first had his cancer, but I knew that in London they have good doctors. My family keeps me going. They've all been very supportive, and I have my little dog that keeps me going and makes me get out and about.
The doctor's the words he said was if you could have a type of cancer, this would be the best type to have.
Psychological problems because of what I've witnessed, and which I have counselling for.
Thurs Cancer Charity is based in the southwest of England and focuses on the well-being of those affected by the disease.
The Thurs Cancer Support Centre sees about 250 people every week, and our services are here for anyone affected by cancer. The team here support each other. It's a very supportive environment for staff as well as the people using the centre.
A sensitive subject there, and an incredible piece of work. I think it's something we always have to be aware of. And here today we have Gemma Haxall, who has had both grandparents affected by cancer. Hi Gemma. What did you think of the short film?
I think it was really good, yeah. Gets the point across, and I like how it showed how it affected all the family and not just the person.
If you don't mind me asking, how has cancer affected you personally?
I've lost both my grandparents to it, coming up for 3 years now. And they've had several different cancers.
How on earth did you and your family deal with the loss?
I'm not too sure about my family because I just hid away in my room just watching series, just trying to do things that made me happy. My dad held us all together. My sister, she went up to our boyfriends a lot, just needed to get away. My mum suffered from her depression a lot.
Right, how old were you, may I ask?
15, 16.
And what visible effects did your grandparents have while they were suffering from cancer?
Well, I didn't see my granddad that a lot because my mum didn't want to, but apparently he suffered a lot from time lapse and memory loss. And my grandmother, you could see that she was getting a lot weaker and that, and didn't want to eat that much. But my mum just kept feeding her little snacks and that.
And finally, what advice would you give to someone who was maybe going through for a similar thing?
Just like keep doing tons of like little things that make you happy, like watching series or like having duvet days and just random things like that.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I know it's been a tough subject for you, but thanks a lot for coming in. Right, now moving on, we have 2/3 of the cast of Turning Pages here. We have Ollie, Kiara and Abby. Firstly, we're going to see a preview from Turning Pages if you haven't already seen the show.
This is a freaking joke. A joke, I tell you.
Oh, what's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on.
Carl?
It's a joke. That play being set up downstairs, I'm perfect for directing and...
I could not be more angry right now.
Rose, I'm telling them why I'm pissed off.
It's a freaking joke.
Yes, I know. Let me finish.
Okay, finish your stupid little story.
Thank you. As I was saying...
Can you believe it? They appointed that...
Rose! I'm telling my story.
Crikey, would one of you just tell us what's wrong?
Well, you see...
It's just that... One at a time!
If she didn't
If
butt
he
in...
would just hurry up.
One at a time.
Jeez, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Forget it.
Jackass.
Exactly what I was thinking about you. Always one step behind me.
What the hell just happened?
I don't even know.
Hey guys, call me crazy, but do you ever get the vibe that those two would be perfect for each other?
Obviously.
Okay, people really need to stop talking over each other now. Anyway, she'll probably find out why they're pissed. I'll take Rose, you guys talk to Carl.
So guys, Turning Pages. Who do you each play then?
I play Louis, the complete nerd.
I play Rose, the bossy one.
And I play Ava, the annoying one.
What was the process of you guys joining this project? Because you didn't join until slightly later, if I'm correct, yeah?
No, I heard from a friend who's already in it, Josh, who
Okay.
plays Benji, and then I got an email asking me if I'd like to join.
How are you guys enjoying it?
It's really good. It's a lot of fun to act in.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You guys
it's pretty fun. We've like become quite close throughout it. And, yeah.
Yeah, there's some interesting relationships developing. For example, Louis clearly likes Ava, but Rose and Carl's relationship is a talking point, I believe. What can you tell us?
It's a very love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Is there anything you want to gain from this, this experience? Any of you planning on going into maybe acting careers or anything like that?
Not really. I would love to be able to direct an episode, 'cause that's what I'm mostly into, but...
Right. But you're all here for the fun.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about working on this show?
The banter.
Banter.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good laugh.
Going to talk about individual characters now. Ollie, how would you describe your character, Louis?
Well, he's basically me, really, because he's into comic books and sci-fi and anything that people consider nerdy. And I'm certain the creators probably monitored conversations with my friends in order to get a lot of the dialogue that's in there.
So it's easier to jump into the role then?
Yeah, it was a lot easier because I'm just playing me, really.
Kiara, what would you say Rose is like?
Rose is a very bossy know-it-all. I think she likes to be the best all the time, and yeah, she's just very overpowering and very angry.
Do you enjoy getting into a role like that?
Oh, it's great fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
Great. And for you, Abby, with Ava?
I think Ava's quite big-headed, quite an attention seeker as well, big flirt. I don't know, I find her annoying, to be honest.
Finally, what are the future plans for Turning Pages? We're all dying to know.
The movie. No.
The movie.
Well, no, I don't think we can divulge secrets, to be honest, otherwise,
Keeping it under wraps.
Yeah.
Aside from Turning Pages, Ollie, you're also a director and a writer, as you mentioned earlier. Tell us a little about your most recent film you released.
Okay, it's called A Few Words for the Dead. It's kind of a zombie film, but I was trying to detract away from killing zombies and more about the survival of the two main characters, and the kind of like one loses his pregnant wife and ends up having kind of this nervous breakdown and tries to convey his emotions to a zombie who he tries to, well, it basically turns out really to be human.
Wow, that sounds very emotional. What was the inspiration behind it?
I don't know, really. I just watched a load of zombie films, like, because I'm really big into The Walking Dead. That kind of helped quite a lot, because there's a certain scene in the first episode that kind of really influenced the whole film. It's just like one scene where the main character apologizes to this one zombie, and then that's it. For some reason, that gave me the inspiration behind the whole lot.
Right. And how come you didn't feature in it if you you know, you're acting and turning pages and stuff like that?
Well, I wasn't acting and turning pages at the time I started writing and casting it. So, and I also kind of wanted to be behind the camera the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite a nervous actor, so it was I don't know really. It was just kind of, it was more there for me to direct more than acting.
Definitely. Oh, I believe you won an award for it. What was this award?
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
surprised to win it?
I was very surprised. I was one of the 2 best editors. My mate Luke Flynn also won a best editor for his film The Ultimatum. But yeah, I won best editing. I get the feelings because I kind of shot the second scene, had so many problems with editing it, and then found a way of trying to edit it differently. So I kind of based it on the Prometheus trailers.
Right.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
so I tried to.
I saw that you produced all the music yourself as well.
Yeah,
for the film, and that got praised heavily. Is music something else you do, or was it specifically for the film?
Well, it was. I've been playing the guitar since I was about 6, and it's just a hobby of mine, really. I'm not in a band or anything. I don't do it as kind of like, I don't want to be in a job of being a musician, but it kind of helps if you're in the film.
You can bring to the table.
Yeah, it's also kind of helpful if you're a filmmaker.
Do you have any future projects?
I've got a couple of ideas. There's one called Figment, which I'm hoping to shoot in the summer, and there's another one that I thought of accidentally this morning, which is kind of like a mockumentary about a guy who's predicted the end of the world.
Ideas popping up all the time. Yeah. Excellent. Well, good luck with it. As we always like to have on the show, we always like to have a little bit of fun, and in this case, we'd like to see how the guys from Turning Pages really know the show. First up is Ollie.
I'm not supposed to use this on you. I had 2 bullets. One for me, one for my wife. And now I'm going to shoot you. No. No, you're not human. You don't feel. You're not people. I haven't been killing people for the last month. What's to stop me killing you now, huh? I just want this nightmare to be over. Maybe this is supposed to happen, and you're supposed to bite me, and I'm supposed to turn into one of you, and then I could be at my wife again, and then in the future all our memories come back, and none of this ever happened. It's a lot of maybes. So, where do we go from here?
We're sorry for the technical difficulties with the film just before there, but as I was saying, we always like to have a bit of fun on the show. We'd like to see how the guys from Turning Pages really know the show. First up is Ollie. And this should be an easy one if you know the character well. Where did Louis originally live?
Swindon.
Swindon is correct. Get that score down. Okay, next up is Kiara. Now, what does Ava class as guy talk?
Oh, women and beer.
Oh, that's one for you too, Kiara. Abby, what is Rose's favourite insult?
Jackass.
Correct. Now, for any of you, what is Benji's older brother's name?
Josh.
Gonna have to give that one to Ollie. Got there first.
I was going to say Joey.
In the first episode, what graphic novel is Louis reading? Ollie, you can't answer this one. Girls?
Spider-Man.
Walking Dead?
The Walking Dead's correct, Kiara.
Awkward.
Spider-Man is very wrong. What do they call the fat guy who got the director's job in episode 2?
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. Do any of you know the character Louis? Sorry, do any of you know the character Louis' second name?
Barnes.
Barnes. Oh, he's straight in there.
Be better if you're Louis Spence.
Can you name the comic that opens up in the title sequence?
Is it a Transformers comic?
Ollie, correct. Oh, well, that's all the questions for you. And, the winner there was Ollie. We've got a little gift for you here, Ollie. Got you a bag of Tang Plastics there.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
You know your turning pages trivia. Well, that's all we've got time for tonight, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week. Good night.